So I'm here tonight with Matt Johnson at the Pizza Express Holborn venue. He's going to be playing with his band tonight. It's great to meet you, Matt.
Thanks a lot, Howard. Good to meet you too.
Yes, and I believe that you've been enjoying some pizza before you begin tonight.
Yeah, I went the lightweight option, one the salad in the middle, so I didn't want to weigh myself down too much.
Okay, is that the
Legara or something?
Oh, okay.
They made it up.
Right.
It doesn't exist in Italy.
Is that a pizza or?
Well, exactly. Is it a pizza or a salad?
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's
a hybrid.
And what about the rest of your band? Have they been enjoying pizza as well? Or?
Yeah, they're all stuffing their faces as we speak.
Okay, that's great. So you've just done sound check. You'll be going on later on. Now, is this your first performance at a Pizza Express club? Or?
Actually, I did one in Soho.
Oh yes.
A couple of years ago. I was just playing keyboards for a friend of mine, American songwriter who.
Oh, right.
I'd produced his album, so
yes.
I just came over and played for him.
Ah, okay. Right.
So,
who was that? We might know him.
His name is John Regan.
Okay.
Yeah,
yes.
really good, nice stuff. But
yes.
And it was a fun gig. So when they offered this one, I thought, yeah, why not? It's gonna be
fun. I mean, the Soho one's maybe the most well-known one, but I think this one in Holborn is really establishing itself as a major performance venue these days. I think with the calibre of artists that it's attracting.
Yeah. It seems to have maybe a really good sound, I think. It's quite a dead sound, which is nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit more spacious than the Soho one.
Yeah.
Yes. So what can people expect from the set tonight then? Will it be a mixture of material? Or?
Yeah, I mean, it's mostly going to be songs from my album with the music, which I released a while back.
Yes.
I'm doing a couple of covers as well.
Okay.
But they're sort of more obscure ones, I suppose you could say, but really it's not going to be anything too highbrow. It's going to be a night of funk.
Okay.
Yes. Hopefully it'll be a good time.
Yes. Now, your band members, have they been with you quite a while?
Well, I mean, I've only just put this thing together, really, because I've been obviously touring with Jamiroquai for years, but a lot of the band are the drummers from Jamiroquai.
Ah, okay.
The two singers are backing vocalists with Jamiroquai, and
right.
And then I've got a bass player called Ernie McCone. He's a fantastic bass player, and a guitarist called Andrew Smith.
Okay, so a mixture of. So there's some musicians that people will recognise tonight.
Yeah, if you like Jamiroquai, then you'll know some of them.
Yes, and you're a key songwriter with the band as well.
Yeah, I produced the last album as well with Jay. Yeah.
Very good. Yes. Now, I must ask you, actually, if Jay was here, what kind of pizza would he be having, do you think?
He loves the pizza, actually.
Does he?
Yeah, I don't know. It definitely have meat on it, I'm going to say.
Okay, he's not
vegetarian. He might go the American hot, I reckon, I'm going to say.
All right. Great. Now, in terms of style, I mean, does your music vary a lot from Jamiroquai, or will there be some similarities tonight?
I mean, there's similarities because it's funk. It's basically jazz funk, really.
Yes. Yes.
Obviously, Jamiroquai has more of a pop edge in a way.
Okay.
But mine's slightly, I suppose you could say, more indulgent, or a bit jazzier than what we would do with Jamiroquai. But the vibe is a similar sort of vibe. Good time vibe.
Yes. Now, in terms of vocals, you mentioned you'd have some backing singers as well, but will you be taking the majority of the lead vocals?
Well, we're sort of doing it between us. The way the songs were done really was with my wife singing.
Oh, okay.
She's not a professional singer, but she's got a great sounding voice.
Right.
She's going to come up and sing a couple of songs.
Oh, right. Okay. So she's here in the audience, but she's going to come up for some...
Yeah, she's going to just come up, do a little turn, But it's the way I've built the record was not really based around vocal. I mean, it's got really lovely sounding vocals, but it was more about being melodic and good songs rather than sort of like vocal gymnastics, if you know what I mean.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I guess with yourself being a keyboard player, it makes sense.
Yeah.
That would be the focal point of the
the
music.
Yeah.
Now, I believe you're, as I guess people would expect, you're quite an aficionado with keyboards, so you're very much into different styles of keyboard and keyboards from different eras. Would that be right?
Yeah, I mean, I've got a big collection of keyboards,
Yes.
As you can imagine.
Do you go back as far as Moog? Or?
Yeah, I've got a Moog. I've got a mini Moog. I've got what else? I've got Oberheim. I've got a lot of those sort of 70s
classic
synths and up to a lot of modern synths. I've actually do a YouTube channel, quite a bit about Simps. It's quite a popular channel. I've got over 100,000 subscribers.
Right. What's the name of that? Where can I listen?
It's just Matt Johnson Jamiroquai. If you put that, then go in there, you'll find me straight away. And you can nerd out on keyboards.
Right, okay. Yes. Would you say, do you have a preference for the earlier synths, or do you like the modern ones as well?
Well, it depends what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You know, like I do a lot of sessions as well.
Yes.
Like I work for a dance producer quite often.
Okay.
And I'm probably more. Sometimes I use the old synths for that, for some real character, but often it'll be the more modern ones I'll be using.
Oh, right, okay.
You know, if I'm doing a very retro thing, then obviously I want to get the original source. You know.
Okay. Yes, that makes sense. Now, I believe you're from not too far from here in Buckinghamshire, is that right?
Well, that's where I'm living these days. Yeah, I grew up in Bournemouth.
Ah, right.
Yeah.
South Coast.
Yeah.
So, did you learn your craft on the South Coast then?
Yeah, to start with, I did. I lucked into sort of this band when I was about 17, 18.
Yes.
And the band leader was a guy called Howie Casey, who used to play for Paul McCartney.
Ah, right.
And he sort of retired down into Bournemouth. And so it was a great education for me, because him and his wife, they were both fantastic rock and rollers.
Ah, right, yes.
And they really taught me how to kind of just give it some on stage.
Yes.
So I did that for a while, and then I moved up to London when I was early 20s. Started off busking, then just started gigging a lot, and you know, it kind of progressed bit by bit, really.
Yeah, it's a great way to establish a rapport with an audience and get used to performing in front of people.
Yeah,
really.
It was best when it was raining. The grannies would give me a pound.
Oh, right, so
They feel sorry for me.
Yes. I guess you're often in the London area for sessions and things of that sort.
You know what? Not so much. I mean, I used to be all the time,
Okay,
but
yes.
these days I do a lot of my stuff in my own home studio.
Ah, okay, yes.
And when I'm with Jamiroquai, it's quite international, so it's almost more important to be near the airport than London. But I love being near London because for the culture, I love my village, but you know, you can't go and get some good Vietnamese food or something. You know what I mean? I love that part of London, so I do travel in quite a lot for that reason more than anything.
Okay, yes. Are you quite a connoisseur when it comes to restaurants then?
Yeah, my wife's a real foodie, and it's kind of rubbed off on me, you know. Yeah. And London's fantastic for that.
Well,
you know,
absolutely,
it's people don't realise in other countries. You know, you go to France, they go, "Oh, you poor thing, your food's so terrible." You know, it's like, well, actually,
in London,
you can get almost any food you want in London.
That's right. Anywhere from around the world, really.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you mentioned your wife's going to be singing earlier, so it sounds like she's very much a musician as well.
She's not really. No, she's actually just written a book, a recipe book. She's into cookery. She's also got a popular YouTube channel.
Oh, okay, right.
We're both like in this influencer kind of world.
Yes.
But she's Japanese. She's from Tokyo.
Okay. Yes.
But she just has a great voice. She's just got a really great voice.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Has she always known that, or did she sort of suddenly discover it one day?
I think she's always known she can sing.
Yeah.
But it's when we did this last record that, you know, because it was the pandemic.
Yes.
You know, I was just like, oh, do you want to try and do a bit? You know, and it progressed, and it was like surprising how good it sounded. So we did more and more of it. You know.
So she's on your latest record.
She is, yeah.
And has that come out recently, or?
Yeah, it actually came out in 2020.
Right.
It's called With the Music. You can find it on Spotify. It's also, we've got it out on vinyl as well, which you can get on Bandcamp.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, in terms of the best place people can find your music online, you mentioned your YouTube channel there.
Yeah.
Is that the best page, or do you have a main site in addition to that?
Well, I've got a Spotify page. If you just want to listen to the music, you can hear all my stuff on there, or Apple Music. You know, all the major digital platforms. It's out there.
Yes.
Yeah.
We must just ask you: have you been to any of the Hyde Park gigs this summer?
No, I know Jay went the other day to see the Rolling Stones.
Oh, right, okay.
But I haven't been. We played it. Well, a long time ago now. I suppose 12 years ago.
Yes.
We supported Stevie Wonder.
Ah, right, okay.
Which was great. Yeah.
Yes, that must have been a great experience.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It was great.
So, has Jay been out to see this version of your band? Or?
No. No. I mean, it'd be lovely to see him, but he doesn't get out much. Bless him, you know.
So after tonight, have you got more tour dates planned?
We've got another one in the Ministry of Sound Members Club next week,
Okay.
which should be fun. And that's it. I've been offered a couple of dates in New York,
Right.
But I'm unsure yet whether I'm going to do them or not. But, yeah, it's just a bit of fun for me. You know, I'm enjoying it, getting out there and playing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, are you as happy performing live as in the studio, would you say?
Yeah, I do like it, and I've missed it because I haven't been doing it, you know, much. So it is fun, and it's really fun to do my own thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
As much as I love being in Jamiroquai, I really do. But it's great to have my own music and be in control of it. You know,
that's right. Yeah. Well, we'll have to let you go because you're going to be on stage shortly tonight. So thanks very much for talking to us, Matt, on Camden Town Radio. And we wish you the best with the show tonight and also with the new album.
Thanks very much, Howard. Nice to meet you. Hi, this is Matt Johnson from Jamiroquai. You're listening to Camden Town Radio. Keep rocking.